I want to walk you through the Studio 5000 Logic Designer interface here. We've been in it a little bit, but so you're going to get ready to program. So just want to go over a couple things. You can always change, you can go reset window layout. If you don't like something and you've moved it, it'll go back to that. View, you can get into toolbars and you can decide if you need some other toolbars that you would like. So one of the things, I've got my programming selection bar, and if I can grab it, so I can grab it and I can do crazy things with it. So, you know, I got that one, move that one over to, man, it's not, so got to grab it in the right place. So you can move these things around and lay them out. I've got this one, if I can grab it, and if I move it up. So sometimes when you open it up, it looks like this. This bar may be really small for you. So that's why I ended up just grabbing it and putting it down here. So I have all these choices like you did on 5000. You can stretch this thing out. So you can adjust that bar how you want. Here's your normally open, normally close, coils, latch, unlatch, rungs, parallel. So you got all your normal programming stuff there. Here across, you can click on these timer counters, inputs. Now I can't do nothing right now because I have nothing here. So I've opened it up. I've created a project. It's called Emulate. Some of the things I want to go over real quick. You might have controller new, so you can hit this one and name your controller to match your program or something else. You just give it a name right here, and you can hit apply and hit OK. So you can give it a name here. Here we've already talked about controller tags. You can double click it and get your controller tags. You can right click, create new tags, monitor tags, export tags, print tags. So task, I want to get to task. What are tasks? That's where everything gets done. So you have a main task, main program. You got unscheduled tasks. We're just going to mainly deal with main task, main program. But if you wanted to, you can right click and create a new task, and it would go in here. There might be times with more elaborate programs than we're going to do that you would do that. We're going to stay in main task. So we can add a new program. Here's all our options. We might do new program, but we're in main program. Now main program, main routine, parameters and local tags. Parameters and local tags, these are only in the main program. If you have a different task or a different program outside the main and you want to use multiple things in these multiple programs, then you need to make them controller tags. All right. So we got a main routine. We can open up main routine. So now we have our editor, and when it gives you the first line, it shows it in red that it's ready to be edited. Now you can see that these are highlight or open now. I can use these. So the same thing with pretty much the same thing as RS 500. We got timer counters, times on, time off, RTOs, count ups, count down, resets. You can flip through some of the stuff we've done. We've done comparison functions. There's multiplication addition. There's move functions we'll get into. You can just, there's sequencers. And if you just let your mouse come up and highlight, you get to see program control. We're going to be talking mostly in this section of this course. It's going to be a lot of these MCRs, jump to subroutine, jump label. So those are going to be things. You got advanced math conversions, a lot of available stuff up here to program with. It still is the same way, programming wise. You can go to favorites and you can put stuff in here. You can drag stuff and create your own favorites. So, you can come in here, we can just do like we've normally done if you create just a simple start stop latch circuit, seal in. And sometimes you can just click it and it'll put it on the next thing. Now, a bunch of question marks. So we talked about that, about tagging, write a new tag. You can start typing in what you want. So we've already talked about that, but that is basically how you get through, is just drag and drop again. Now, I can't, if I go up there, I hit a new rung, you have to hit a new rung. You just can't go down here and drag, it won't let you drag. So you got to have the rung highlighted you're working on. And once it's highlighted or you're working on it, it will add, if you click, it will add on what you want to have. Okay, so I want to go back here. So we're going to have different programs in our main called subroutines. So we got a main routine, and to do that, we can right click, add new routine, and we'll just call this subroutine 1. We'll name them maybe something different. You can add a description. This is my first subroutine. You can describe it whatever it's going to be. So that might be a good thing to have a description in there, so if somebody else gets in your program, they know kind of an idea of what it is. All right, so now we got a subroutine. We can double click it, and there it is. So we got a main program, a subroutine. So I want to show you something else. Main program. And where is it? So let's see. All right, so if we go back to add a routine, you have some choices. All right, so there's the name, there is the description. What I didn't cover is the type. All right, so there is ladder diagram, which we're going to use mostly always. There is something called sequential function chart. There is function block diagram, and there is structured text. The ones we're going to be doing in this class are going to be ladder diagram. I do have some stuff I want to do with function block diagram. So if we click that and we say, we'll call it FBD 1, function block diagram 1, first FBD, and now it shows up here. So got main program. These are everything under the main program and under the main task. So again, if we had multiple tasks, we could create a new program under that task. But for this class, we're going to stick to basically staying under the main, and everything under the main again. If it's parameters, local tags, that'll all apply to everything that's under this main program. So not much, a little different than what you're used to. There is also something as you're doing your program, you can click up here and say verify routine. It was available there, verify controller, verify routine. So if you're working on a routine, I can verify it. And if I spread this open, kind of a nice thing. It tells me all the errors right now. Error, instruction has no argument. So what it means, no argument, I didn't name any of this. So when I name this stuff, it will go out. Okay, this is just an overview of getting you set up to go program. Like I say, you can modify your window. You can always reset it back. You've got your indicator lights when you go online. Right now I'm offline. There it is, upload, download, controller properties. Right now I'm not hooked up because I don't have a path. So depending on how I was hooked up the controller, this would show the path. If I was through Ethernet, it'd show an Ethernet address. If it's USB, it'd show a different path. Shows how we're connected to the controller.